that aim to increase access. Where's the, I don't even know where the line is. Hey y'all, my name is Jessica Pingwild, also known as The Rolling Explorer, and welcome to my YouTube channel. As a content creator, I wear many hats. Some days I'm a speaker or presenter. Other days I'm a model or actress. And sometimes I just sit alone in my room scanning a pre-written outline and talk to a camera. But every once in a while I have a day where I have to perform many roles all at the same time. And last month I had not one, but two of these types of days. It was really intense. Stay tuned to see just how chaotic one of these types of days can get. Okay, so technically this was on November 30th, so I guess it wasn't truly last month, but it was close enough. And on this day, I had to be awake at 6:30 in the morning. After getting dressed, getting packed, which took a very long time considering the day I had laid out ahead of me, and struggling through morning rush hour traffic on the tube, I made it to my first location by 8:30 a.m. If you didn't know, I am managed by C Talent at Whaler, and they were hosting a fun little disability panel for brands to come to learn about accessibility in the creator economy. And yours truly was lucky enough to be sat on the panel with a good friend of hers named Jem, who is Wheels No Heels online, if you would like to go check them out. They're amazing. I mean, we spilled all the tea. We talked about the unrealistic turnaround times, sometimes the inaccessible work environment we are forced into, and the disability pay gap across many different industries, but definitely in the creator economy. All of this was done in the spirit of Disability History Month and with this greater purpose of education. And honestly, I really hope that we started having these conversations and can improve the situation for not just ourselves, Jem and I, but also for several other disabled creators around the world. Once the main presentation was over, we sat and we did a very long Q&A, which honestly normally makes me really nervous, but in this particular instance filled me with a lot of hope that these brand executives or whoever was in the audience was taking something away from what we were saying, that they were engaged and that they cared about what we were talking about, that they were there to learn, they were there to be educated, they were there to improve. And that is all somebody like me who got asked to speak at this situation can ask for. Jem and I's work did not stop there, however, because once the Q&A was over, we got pulled individually to do some interviews for Whaler's social media. This was kind of our final chance to really get across anything that we didn't necessarily think came across in the panel or anything that we wanted to reiterate. So with that in mind, here's a little snippet of how mine went.
I wish that brands knew that this is what I do all the time. You should see my YouTube video.
Because I actually
I wish that brands knew that working with disabled creators creates just as much, if not more value than working with non-disabled creators. And including and diversifying your talent market is so important to the way the world is working today. I've experienced so many difficulties working with brands and getting paid fairly, getting paid on time, and having accessible work environments. All of these things need to be included if you want to be truly inclusive. Absolutely not. Just had to get my thoughts together.
what? I'm a disaster everywhere I go. Now I know what you're thinking. Jess, this has already been a very intense day. You're telling me you did more after this? Oh honey, I did a lot. Following the panel, Mary and I hung around the event location to film 2 accessibility chat videos, which are so much fun. They're some of my favorite bits of content to film, to produce, but they take so much time and there's so many intricacies with it. So it was a lot. And if you want to see these 2 in particular or more in this fun little series that I'm doing, be sure to head to my Instagram and TikTok. Both of the ones I filmed on this day are live right now, and I have so many more to come. All of my social media is linked down in the description below. But that all said, as I mentioned, there are a lot of complexities to filming this type of content, and just to prove that to you, here are some really funny outtakes from the occasion. Children and parents have to seek out on their own, not students.
That guy's in the shot anyway.
Okay, is he gone?
Yeah, he's gone.
Okay, he's gone. Thought I should announce it to you guys. Okay. Okay. In fact, in many areas, music education has become something. Music education has become a private matter, something that children and parents have to seek out on their own. Okay, so happy and proud of myself. Okay.
You do both.
Spill the tea! Don't look good while doing it. Other issues facing disability include a lack of awareness and understanding of basic access. In total, from setup to tear down, the filming session took about an hour. Once we were done, we quickly jumped on the new Elizabeth line, which I found out on this day is not fully accessible, which boiled my blood a little bit, but it's fine. Luckily, the stations we were going to were. But we jumped on the Elizabeth line and headed to Liverpool Street to head to a brand event. Shoe, the shoe company, invited me to their Christmas event, and guys, it was so amazing. They truly pulled out all of the stops for this event. They decked out the entire room in silver shiny stuff, and green lights were everywhere. It was beautiful. And of course, they had their gorgeous shoes on display, including this stunning pair of hot pink boots that I could not stop ogling over the entire time I was there. Sadly, that pair of shoes had too skinny of a heel for me to safely wear with my prosthetic, but it's fine. I'm sure I'll find something amazing and magical on their website or at one of their locations. Stay tuned for a shopping spree with me, potentially. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in that. One thing I thought was really cool was that in the back of the room, they set up a space where you could sit down with a lap blanket and put on headphones to watch a video that they had produced about all of their efforts in sustainability and diversity and inclusion. And I just thought that this was a really great thing for me, somebody who was a bit newer to the brand, to get to experience and get to appreciate, because I didn't realize that she was doing so many things that were so good for the global community. With the way the world is right now, that is truly commendable. It's something that I really appreciate, and it's something that made me even happier to be in that room. One particularly strange thing about this event was the two groups of people that seemed to be invited. Now, don't get me wrong, there were a few random outliers there as well, but there were two main groups. There was the group that I was in, which was the disabled influencers and content creators. And then there was this other group, the guys from Love Island. If you, like me, are a fan of reality TV, you might know some of these people. And if you, like me, love reality TV, then you might have also been as nervous as I was to have any sort of conversation with them. And the people at Shoe, being as iconic and amazing as they are, helped mitigate my anxiety a bit, and decided that since I was too afraid to go introduce myself, that they were going to force the introductions and put us all into a group picture. I feel like this probably made the conversations even more awkward, but at least they kind of happened. I don't know, I still didn't really talk to any of them, but I have these very awkward photos now to show that I met some people from Love Island, so there you go. While we were taking this group photo, however, I learned that there was this fun photo booth that I had yet to check out. So of course, I hung around this particular area for a while to get that content. I took pictures with Eliza, with Jenny, with Lucy Dawson. We had a blast. It was so much fun. I even got some solo shots because of course I did. I was my weird, goofy self, and that is how I like to be. It was so much fun. Always a good time. By this point in the event, the glass of wine that I was handed when I first entered the building was gone and I was thirsty, so I decided to indulge a little bit. It was a Christmas party after all. We have to indulge a bit at the holidays. And so that is exactly what I did. I had myself a Love Juice, which was a seltzer mixer type thing, I think. I don't know. It was really good and it was pineapple flavored, which is incredible. It was so good, guys. It was so good and it didn't taste like alcohol, which is probably why I got a little more tipsy than I probably would have liked to at a professional event. But it's fine. We all were having ourselves a merry little time. You might think that some of my goofiness throughout this was because of the alcohol, and I'm not saying it didn't play any part in it, but also I'm just a really goofy, awkward, and funny, fun-loving type person, so a lot of it is just au naturel me. Is that how you say that? It was me, guys. It was me. It was just me being me. And to wash down all of the delicious drinks, I of course indulged in some snacks as well. They had some little sweet candy things. They had some popcorn, which was so good. I ended up having 3 helpings of popcorn. And I also had a burger from Choppers, and it's basically just like chopped up burger with cheese on it on a bun, and it was really good. Really good. And I was grateful to have that. That was my dinner that night and it was free and I appreciate it. So thank you. Thank you, Shu, for having me. It was seriously such an incredible event and I felt very honored to be in that room with so many incredible people. So thank you for having me. It was so much fun. And you guys were amazing if you're watching this. Needless to say, this event was the perfect way to round out a very busy but very fun day. The way my day ended is kind of funny, and so I'm gonna share it with you now. Basically, I ran myself a very hot bath. I crashed into it, and I brought a little snack of Ben & Jerry's half-baked ice cream along for the ride. Did I mention I'm a mess? Did I mention that? Honestly, it was the perfect way to unwind after such a busy day. That was so much fun and allowed me to reflect on how lucky I am to have the career that I do and get to have all of these opportunities to have amazing conversations, be surrounded by such incredible people, and just get to have fun doing the work that I love. But I'm also chronically ill and disabled, so we had to nurse our body back to health a little bit with some self-care. I mean, truly, if that doesn't say a good day was had, then I don't know what would. I hope you enjoyed this behind the scenes look at what a working day in my life sometimes can look like when I'm asked to do multiple things all at the same time, basically. If you want to see more videos just like this one, then be sure to hit that subscription button and that notification bell so you never miss one of my future uploads. And if you want to see more behind the scenes content, be sure to like this video and comment below so I know to make more content just like this. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. But until then, I'll see you next time.
Fake. Sip again.
But until then, I'll see you next time.
You did.